woman, okay, not the man, okay. So their children grow up to be a bunch of demons and out of order, because it says they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the way of thy paths. That's right. Already read that. Okay. All right. First Timothy. All right. First Timothy's chapter 5 verse 13, it says, and withal they learn to be idle, because in that article, in the little video, woman was talking about 60% of the people that's on Facebook is women, which Facebook is nothing but idle talk, man. It says, and withal they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, and not only idle, but tattlers, also busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. And that's all you get on them chat things like Facebook. A bunch of idle talk, man. Alright? As well as in these supposedly places where they work at. They don't do nothing except talk about nothing, man. Being a bunch of busybodies, trying to figure out what Shaniqua is doing, what Ray Ray did to Shaniqua, and how Ray Ray was doing this, and Shaniqua should just leave Ray Ray alone, and all this madness. Okay, a bunch of busybodies, a bunch of idle talk. It says, I will therefore that the younger women marry, which that whole thing that you saw in that video was what they call it, a feminist uh, lifestyle, okay, which that's all set up by the elites as a form of depopulation, okay, because they know if they can so-called liberate these females and have them thinking of, okay, I should put off the years when I'm in my prime, where I'm able to bear children, whatever, establish a family. I should put that off and go for my career. So by the time they done went to school, right, like that old demon in the video who bragged about her 2 masters and she going for some other higher thing, right? So she can gloat that over a man like that really mean anything, which it doesn't, because you don't learn nothing in them schools. Simple ass woman. And she probably loaded down with a bunch of debt. What? She done did all that striving, and by the time she done reached the so-called goals of her career, she her prime done passed. She probably looking hella bad, not in a good way, but like hella old and used or whatever. And by that time, no man don't want to deal with her, because by that time she's super proud, right? And she out of order, man. Okay, being simple, right? That's why the scriptures say, I rather therefore that the younger women marry, meaning what? Get a husband, okay, bear children, have a family, guide the house, meaning keep your ass at the house, not at them jobs. Give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Okay, why? Because it says, for some have already turned aside after Satan. Alright? Following, trying to get equality with a man. Then talking about what they call it, being a chauvinist, Alright? Alright? First Timothy 5 and 6, it says, but she that liveth pleasure is dead while she liveth. Alright? And that's the majority of these women. They just gone, okay? Because all they care about is pleasures, okay? Going to the club, alright? Getting their nails done, doing a bunch of idle stuff, alright? Besides doing what they were supposed to be created to do, alright? To get married, right? To have a family, right? To guide the house, Okay, be in order, be submissive to their man. Okay, and not trying to be equal or greater than a man, because that's going off. Okay, all right. Let me get this account. All right, when you had this in Israel, you had this demon, this woman that tried to rule over Israel. All right, as an example of these women that's trying to be power hungry. All right, because the women that's in that type of mind frame, they gonna end up getting put to death, man. Because when all hell break loose, all right, and it's all out war out here in these streets. That philosophy that a woman, she could do it bad by herself, or she's better than a man. We'll see in that day. She'll end up getting destroyed. Okay, but here's an example of a woman, all right, that was power hungry. All right, this is what she did. This is 2 Chronicles 22:10. It says, but when Athaliah, the mother of Athaliah, saw that her son was dead. Now Athaliah was a king over Israel, over the kingdom of Judah. So he was a so-called Negro, all right, of the seed of David. Okay, so when he died, saw that her son was dead, she rose and destroyed all the seed royal of the house of Judah. So she killed off all the potential heirs, all right, to the throne. Okay, but the Lord, he preserved one. Okay, but Jehoshabath, the daughter of the king, took Joash the son of Ahaziah and stole him from among the king's sons that were slain, and put him and his nurse in the bedchamber. So Jehoshabath, the daughter of the king Jehoram, the wife of Jehoiada the priest, for she was the sister of Ahaziah, hid him from Athaliah, so that she slew him not. And he was with them hid in the house of God for 6 years, and Athaliah reigned over the land. Okay, so this bitch right here, this demon, this nigger woman, alright, destroyed her son's children, basically destroyed her grandchildren, so that she can sit in a position of authority, alright, as a queen. Okay, and she ruled over the land for 6 years, right? Okay, let's go to the next chapter. It says, and in the 7th year Jehoiada strengthened himself and took the captains of 100s, Azariah the son of Jeroham, and Ishmael the son of Jehohanan, and Azariah the son of Obed, and Manasseh the son of Ada, and Elishaphat the son of Zechariah, into covenant with him. And they went about in Judah and gathered the Levites out of all the cities of Judah and the chief of the fathers of Israel, and they came to Jerusalem. And all the congregation made a covenant with the king in the house of God. And he said unto them, behold, the king's son shall reign, as the Lord hath said, of the sons of David. Okay, this is the thing that ye should do. A third part of you enter on the Sabbath of the priests and of the Levites shall be posters of the doors, and the third part shall be at the king's house, and the third part at the gate of the foundation, and all the people shall be in the courts of the house of the Lord. But let none come into the house of the Lord, save the priests and they that minister of the Levites, they shall go in, for they are holy, but all the people shall keep watch of the Lord. And the Levites shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand, and whosoever else come into the house, he shall put to death but be ye with the king when he cometh in and when he goeth out. Because, alright, just like these power hungry Israelite women, Negro, Latino, Native American women, how they striving for even more power, mainly chasing that American dream. Okay, alright, alright. It's the same way that this demon right here, Athaliah, alright, who was set up, who basically set herself up in a position of authority. Okay, alright. So when the priest, he has set up saying, okay, we're gonna put Joaz, we're gonna set him up as king, alright, and put this bitch down, man. Okay, so the Levites and all Judah did according to all the things that Jehoiada the priest had commanded, and took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath with them that would go out on the Sabbath. For Jehoiada the priest dismissed not the courses. Okay. Moreover, Jehoiada the priest delivered to the captains of 100 spears and bucklers and shields that had been King David's, which were in the house of God. And he set all the people, every man having his weapon in his hand, from the right side of the temple to the left side of the temple, along by the altar in the temple, by the king round about. Then they brought out the king's son, and put upon him the crown, and gave him testimony, and made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him, and said, God save the king. Okay, well, let's see what happened to this demon, Athaliah, which it says Athaliah is slain. Okay, now when Athaliah heard the noise of the people running and praising the king, she came to the people into the house of the Lord. Now, this shows that, you know, if a woman's in authority, nobody don't like that, man. To be honest, I never liked that. Even when I was in the world, I never enjoyed working under a woman, okay? Because they was moody, okay? Alright? They can't handle pressure, and they liable to do things out of impulse, alright? And not always think stuff through, okay? And it's vexing if you're a man, okay? That's why this place got to go down, man, okay? And, you know, I had I'm out here trying to get a job, and this demon, alright, I can't get this job at this place because this demon got offended because I wasn't paying her no attention, man. Okay, because she was married. I ain't gonna look on that woman like that. So she got offended, alright, and now I can't get the job there, man. Some bullshit. But that's why this place got to go down, man. Okay. Alright, verse 13. And she looked, and behold, the king stood at his pillar at the entering in, and the princes and the trumpets by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and sounded with trumpets, also the singers with instruments of music, and such as taught to sing praises. Then Athaliah rent her clothes and said, Treason, treason. Okay. So this demon, alright, everybody was celebrating because everything was put back in order as the Heavenly Father had ordained it, because he's promised King David that his son, or that his seed, will always have sit on the throne of David after him. Alright? So this demon, she was trying to come up against that, which the Lord had already established that. So when the Lord had preserved Joaz, and then the people, Jehoiada and the rest of the people anointed him as king and set him up, the people was rejoicing because everything is back in order. Then this demon, Athaliah, got upset, rent her clothes, screaming out treason. Okay, like everybody enjoyed having this demon ruling over. And Jehoiada the priest brought out the captains of hundreds that sat over the host, and said unto them, Have her forth of the reins, and whoso followeth her